Good evening friends and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome to my face. This video is just going to be like a little catch up about like what's going on and focus mainly on like meh, because it's like winter time. And don't get me wrong, like I have a love-hate relationship with winter because I love winter because like my birthday soon come, obviously guys, but at the same time I also hate winter because it's cold, and like I'm a kind of person that like often reacts to weather. So like if it's like today is like a really cloudy day but you can't really see because the light is cute. Love how the light reflects in my house, I can't lie. But anyway, yeah, like it's really like cloudy today and like just upsetting and cold and stuff, and like for me as a person, like I need to be vibrant, I need it to be like warm. Like when I wake up I like to see the sun, and when I go to bed I like to see the moon. So if like it's cloudy I'm upset, like I'm already violent. And yeah, so winter's not really my vibe, but also it is my vibe because like Christmas and my birthdays, and it's just kind of like, oh my god, like. But yeah, during winter I often get quite reflective. I think it's also anyway, I haven't even said let's get to it, so anyway, let's get to it. Wasn't even trying to add my intro song in there. Don't understand.
Every time I take a draw, that's a mind out. Done it all time, play with since lights out.
So yeah, like I was saying earlier, I might just put the intro earlier. Anyway, post-production talk. Yeah, sorry, there's a lot going on right now, so my phone will be buzzing, but I might just throw it out the window or something. But yeah, no, this gotta go. This gotta go. Okay, so there's a lot going on with the company right now. Like with Hidden Views, that company, and actually AVL Creatives, but basically with Hidden Views, like we've just recently received like a massive project that could be really good for the company. We've worked with them before, and it's basically like corporate work, which we're really excited about, but we only have 2 weeks to do it, so like we're kind of sweating. And like with AVL Creatives I'm getting like a lot more new clients and things like that, but like it's like really good, but like me as a person, like I need constant progression to know that I'm doing well. Like it's not necessarily a good thing, but I know that I always want to be on top. Like I want to be on job. I want to know that everything that I'm doing is like I need to be constantly working, always progressing. And if I'm not, like, it's quite disappointing. And then back to what I was saying at the beginning. Winter is always a time when I'm like reflective for some reason. Like I said, I think it's because it's like reaching my birthday, and when it gets to my birthday I'm kind of like, oh, it's Happy New Year to me kind of thing. Funny because my birthday's in Jan, so like it's like first month of the year or whatever. But yeah, like it gets there and I'm kind of like reflective. I'm kind of like, oh, what have I done in life? Like, how's my year gone? Like, have I even done the things that I said I wanted to do in the January of 2019? Like, have I done it? And like it gets to this point and like the weather's down, and then like I'm down, and then like I just feel like crap. But I am quite happy with like the way this year's going, and like I was trying to do this 100 days before the end of the year challenge thing. You're supposed to like do something every day to like push you towards your goals. I've kind of been doing it, but I've been failing a little bit in the documenting and the celebrating, because that's the whole reason why I did it, because I don't know how to document and celebrate my achievements. But yeah, there's like I've started doing it, and it's like really good to like do that. Also, like I went on holiday. So I basically tried to vlog my Dominica holiday, yeah, but the videos, I couldn't bring I didn't bring my camera because I wasn't trying to break it, because we use it for a lot of things. So I couldn't bring it with me, so I vlogged on my phone, but the video, like for some reason my phone's just moving mad, and so is my laptop, so it's not letting me upload it. But the minute, sorry, it's one of those like hourly puff. Sorry, I don't know why my mom's talking so loud. It's one of those puff things that like goes off every hour, so it's like, you know. But yeah, like, oh my god, where was I? What was I even saying? Yeah, the vlog. So so like I was vlogging, and when I fix it, I'll edit it and then I'll post it up. But if you want to see pictures, then follow AVL Travel. I'll put it somewhere, but follow AVL Travel on Instagram, and you can see all the fun pictures from my holiday and like other holidays that I'll be going on and stuff like that, and also information on how to book these holidays if you're interested. Plug. But yeah, so I went on holiday, and like yeah, obviously went to Dominica, hometown and that, but it was just a different kind of experience, like all in all. Like obviously like the last time I went I was 11, and it was like different. Like I was noticing a lot more things to do with like politics and like the people as well, and like just looking at the country for what it is, and like there's so much potential in that country that is quite upsetting, that what's happening with like the government and things like that. Like you could see the propaganda is rich out there, and it's just so crazy. Like you go to, you live in England and you see the propaganda for like Brexit and for like about the NHS and things like that, and all these promises that the government makes, and then you find out that it all falls through in the end. And it's kind of like the same in Dominica, and Dominica was always like my paradise. Like whenever things were going to shit here, I would always think, oh yeah, Dominica's paradise, and Sierra Leone as well is paradise. But when I went there to Dominica, I was just like, this isn't paradise anymore. This is very upsetting. Like obviously it's still beautiful, and like it's the nature isle and everything is really nice, but then when you get to like the crux of it, you're kind of like, oh my god, like I'm starting to realize things I didn't realize as a kid, and this is real life, this is what adulting is about, kind of thing. Yeah, so like all of that, like that whole holiday coupled with the weather when I came back, like we literally landed in fog. Like they were like descending for about 45 minutes, like but it was probably like about an hour and a half actually. They were descending, and they couldn't find the runway because it was like completely covered in fog. It was completely white or grey, and they had to auto land basically because the pilot couldn't see like shit, couldn't see jack all, so he had to just auto land. But obviously we land safely, thank you to that pilot and the crew obviously. But yeah, like coupled with the weather, that holiday, and then like the pressures from like all of the businesses and stuff, and like just seeing there's like this thing that I've realized, like we see people, so many success stories in life, and like media cover a lot of success, and it's really nice, it's really beautiful, and like congratulations to those people. But we don't often talk about like the down times and the times when nothing is going our way, or like it's difficult, like the hard times. Like we talk about the hard times when we're successful, but we don't talk about the hard times in the come up, and like that's so important. Like right now it's really difficult. Like I've got a lot of successes, I have to be thankful for that and grateful for that, and also grateful for the people that have got me to this stage and the help I receive, the love and support and everything. But at the same time, it's hard. Like sometimes I don't actually want to get out of my bed. Like I just genuinely don't. Like the other day I just literally, I wasn't sick, I wasn't like, there wasn't anything wrong with me, I wasn't sad or anything, I just didn't want to get out of my bed, and I couldn't understand why. And like a lot of people, I tweeted it, and a lot of people were like, oh no, you need rest, and like I love you guys, thank you, shout out to you guys. But I did, but at the same time I just felt like I just didn't want to leave my bed, and then I didn't want to leave my bed on the Sunday, and then I didn't want to leave my bed on the Monday, and I didn't want to leave my bed on the Tuesday, and then I was like, why don't I want to leave? Like, what is this feeling? And it's like, I feel like I'm not progressing in life, so I just don't want to do anything. Like, and often for like creatives, we forget, like especially for freelancers and young entrepreneurs, young like business men and women, we often like, we're kind of like, we get to a brick wall, you know, we feel like we've hit a brick wall. We feel like, okay, what are we doing this for? We start questioning everything, like, why am I doing this? Is this really me? Is there any point? And I was talking to my babes about this, and he was like, he just feels like he's just hit a brick wall. He just feels like nothing he does is working. All the money, resources, energy he puts into the work he's doing is not getting anything, like his creative work. And he's just like, what do I do next? And I was feeling the same way. Like, I was like, I feel like I've set up all these businesses, I've created all this content, I'm like doing things actively, but I just feel like it's not getting me anywhere in my life. Like, I want my own house, I want a car, I want these things for myself. Like, I want to build my life, and I also want my career to be successful. And it feels like right now the balance is like off. I don't feel like I can look after myself and my wants and my needs because of my creativity, my freelance and my businesses. And I feel like a lot of young and old, like I just feel like a lot of creatives, innovators and like entrepreneurs get this feeling of like hitting that brick wall and thinking, why am I doing this? Like, I could just easily get a 9 to 5 and secure the bag. Do you know what I mean? But I know in my heart of hearts, like, I suppose the tips and tricks part of this video, like, is just to be like, no, I know why I'm doing this. Like, I know that if I was in a 9 to 5, I wouldn't want to be there. I don't want to create somebody else's dream. I want to create my own dream. And there's people, like, do not get me wrong, yeah, there are people in this world that can create other people's dreams for them. They enjoy doing certain aspects that come with the creative vision, if that makes sense. So you have the innovator, the person who thinks of the ideas and delivers that idea. They're not necessarily the operations behind that, but there's people in this world that enjoy the operations, and they do the 9 to 5 doing operations, so doing marketing, doing finance, doing accounting, doing the general operations, doing like the building, doing the foundations, the architecture. Like, there's people who are hands-on and they enjoy being hands-on, and I rate those people. But I'm not that person. Like, I'm the person who likes to be creative. I like to be my own boss, and I like to make my own decisions. And I feel like that's the reason, like that's at the forefront of my mind. And as well as that, it's also wanting to make a change, even if it's to a small part of the world. It's not necessarily like the big world, but making a change to just a small community of people, a small, like, do you know what I mean? Just make some change. That is why I do what I do. And sometimes you just got to remember, like, that's why you're doing what you're doing. And also another thing, I mentioned about hitting a brick wall, and what I said to him was, and myself I suppose, was when you hit a brick wall, okay, I thought it was every hour. Why are you coming to squiffily puff 10 minutes later? Anyway, yeah, when you hit a brick wall, it's not necessarily hitting a brick wall, it's more like a change of direction. Like, you've reached this wall, and it's not like, oh, I have to now stop. It's more like, okay, this now means I need to go right or I need to go left. And you just need to look at the paths ahead of you and see which one is going to be more fruitful. If you see there's ones with, like, you know, dangerous slopes and things like that with no benefit, then you know it's a risk and it's not there. But if it's the one with the slippery slopes but you can see the castle at the end, then you know what it is, you know what I mean? And I think, like, yeah, like an advice for people like me, like just go, like continue going and rest, like as I'm starting to learn now. And rest does not mean just sleeping, it means like it's more like refueling. I don't like the idea of rest. I like the idea of refueling. So you're deciding to re-energize your creative brain and finding like new and interesting things to talk about, new and interesting things to create about, and different stories to tell. So maybe go to the cinema or an art gallery, or chill at your friend's house and have a conversation. Like those kind of things are the opening, like the starting of that conversation, that vibe, that kind of stuff, if that makes sense. I just, at the moment, I just feel like meh. Like I just feel like actual meh. But I know that that this phase will pass, this situation will pass, and I will be fine, and it will be like, I will look back and be like, oh, actually I'm glad I made a video on that, because I can watch it. But I'm glad I made a video on that so that people know that you aren't the only person feeling this. Like, just because you're not necessarily doing as well as you feel like you can doesn't mean you're not doing well. It means that and when you've hit that brick wall, it's not a brick, it's not the end, it's not stopping, it's about like going left or right, it's about finding a different path. Even sometimes going back and having, you know, checking you've got everything. Like maybe you need to go back and get that stool to jump over that wall. Do you know what I mean? Like it's kind of readjusting, reevaluating, a time to like reflect and think. But yeah, I guess like that's all I wanted to say. And like to end it on a positive, like please guys get in the comments and like chat to me, add me on my social media, on the end place card screen. But yeah, just like subscribe, like subscribe to the account. Can we subscribe? Can we subscribe to the account, please? Can we subscribe to the account, please? But yeah, and like thank you everyone for the support and like the views and the likes and the subscriptions. Like I see y'all, see your real ones. But yeah, if you, like I always say at the end of these rants, if you've made it this far, you're a true vibe. But yeah, hopefully my next video should be out a few days after this one. I know I've actually been terrible with recording, but it's just because of like how I'm feeling. But I'm glad I made this video, and I'm gonna keep going. The next one might actually be a review on American Son, because I like, while I was having that day in Dominica, I watched American Son, and yeah, I want to talk about it. So if you want to see that video, comments, get in the comments, get to me on social media, be like, Andrea, record that, I want to hear it, I want to hear it. I want to hear your thoughts as well before I record it, because then I can like, in the comments, get in the get to me on socials, tell me your opinions. And do you know what, if you guys send me your opinions, I will I'll kind of like debate the opinions on the video. So yeah, let me know, and thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful evening, have a beautiful next day, have a beautiful life, and I will see you next time. Come on.
Oh wow, they be talking like the hella fly. Oh my, always making us some cookie pies. All lies, I'm not messing with those other guys.